Hello and welcome to the 13th episode of What If Civilization Started on Another Planet. In the last episode, mostly these guys. Oh damn! These guys continue to fight, which not going too well. These guys beat these guys in a war, and a bunch of other stuff happened. In the meantime, I have worked on a thing like major cities. These are also now a thing, and obviously it's major cities, so we're going to be using that hopefully quite a bit. Anyways, we shall now continue with the series. Now, obviously, these guys are still at war with each other, so this country is going to just try to make some gains down here and attempt to just kind of get like a solid like blockade right here, which they do successfully, but not without these guys going around here, which tries to break these guys apart, but do fail, but are very close, which makes these guys have to pull back their troops, which will allow for these guys to make a big pushback and actually cutting off this part, which is now actually just has a bunch of these troops down here, which is, as you can see right here, not going too well. So, with a big loss of troops, these guys, will now start to make a large push over here to capture the capital, which is getting closer and closer. Also, I just want to quickly point out something. For like the rectangular alliance, that, just so you know, dissolved after they beat these guys. Just wanted to point that out there just in case. So these guys will start to go up around here and encircle the capital, taking this little area, and now it is not going too well. It seems, I think everyone started to realize they are officially losing. So what's going to happen actually is they're going to go up and around here, taking all of this, because this is very fortified. Take all of this, and then start going here to finally seize this capital. And around a day or two after this happened, peace was about to be sent, with these two both agreeing on the new borders. These guys right here, finding a good opportunity with most of their troops being up here and around here, decided to declare war and make a large sweep and start completely obliterating a lot of stuff in this northern area. Because this was unexpected. I mean, it was to everyone but these guys, because there's been documents that these guys' master plan was to take over all of this, take over this here, because look, they wanted to reunite basically a large population of their religion, so they had a big plan of doing around all of this to take. This was their original plan, and that was just one step, which includes taking over these guys, and they didn't want that, so they decided to take the chance and start making a spearhead and actually seize the capital in a matter of weeks before any troops can get here, and continue sweeping through this country, which kind of obvious, but isn't too good. And with no government to communicate with the army, the country collapses with these guys being victorious. Huh, what a shocker. How crazy was that? There we go, that's perfect. So as we can see, this country has grown and gained 2 provinces. If we look right here, yeah, they gained 2 provinces, but didn't get this because they want to stay away from the capital and just not get this major city, which is honestly pretty populated. So they don't get any major cities from that, but what they do get is land. And while not as many people as they were hoping for, they still get people. And obviously, these guys shrunk down in size because they kind of suck. So, how did that turn out? How funny. And what we will be seeing is these guys doing expanding, because these guys can't, because for, oh wow, really, yeah, shocker, for obvious reasons, because they're kind of stuck there, which obviously sucks for them. And what's going to happen is they're going to anger the orange team, because now they made them not able to expand. Not sure if that was on purpose or not, but they kind of just did that with I don't know what their hopes were, but they did that, so who knows if they'll get upset or not. Not foreshadowing anything. There we go, and there will be another event happening. these guys will declare war on the brown team, which at first might be a little strange, but first of all, the brown team's having a bit of trouble like holding on to these provinces over here, because they either want to be their own country or just join up with these guys, because these guys got their independence but these guys didn't, so they're kind of complaining with that. So these guys use that to their advantage, and with open arms they are able to just come into the country with like little to no resistance, because the army either just isn't here or is stopped by the people as well, because they don't want to really be a part of the brown team anymore. So that's what's going to happen right there. With minimal problems, they're going to just completely get the rest of this country with little to no effort. Wow, look at that. Yeah, so basically what happens is what this province right here decides to join up. But of course, the brown team, still being hoggy, they still decide to hold on to this right here with all of their might, and they start putting quite a bit of troops here, because even though they've been kind of pushed around and kind of have messed up, they are still one of the strongest countries. So they're going to show that by supplying troops over here. But what's going to be mocking is the blue team absolutely steamrolling this country. Yep, these guys have been seeking a little more land recently, so they will absolutely steamroll this country with little to no effort, because, well, they are the second now strongest country. Yes, yeah, they are now the second strongest country in the world, with little to no effort. They are going to get near to the capital and just start making an encirclement, because yeah, I mean, this part is heavily supplied, which is kind of slowing this down right here. But these guys will go around here and just do it like this. Uh-oh, no more communication. This starts collapsing. These guys capture this. Wow, what a shocker. And before the blue team captures, right as the blue team has captured this, these guys hear about this and start going absolutely ham on the brown team, because they are still quite upset of how much land they lost and their country being split into two. So what they're going to do is reconnect these areas, because this was fairly supplied with like military. So now with both of these connected to each other, they will start steamrolling the rest of this country up until right here, to where the blue team will get the rest, or at least collect the rest. And now it is up to peace negotiations. There we go. So now we can see a crippled brown team. Yeah, that's kind of sad, but it was also kind of expected. These guys are starting to go ham with no real like power to stop them now, and their goal with obviously surpassing the blue team, because as I explained, the reason these guys really didn't attack them earlier, because these guys were still here, and now we can see the problem with no real dominant superpower. There's these two clashing to be a regional power. We have, I guess, this one having like domination over like all of this right here. And okay, the orange team definitely has all of this. I guess these guys are just best of friends in a way, so that doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess in a way you could guess in a subway like these. This one's the biggest sphere of influence in these three, or even four. These two are kind of equal, so okay, this area is the most chaotic, if I'm going to be honest. There's like really no superpower, because these two are very similar. This one's also kind of like rising in strength, so there could be like a mini tripolar system right here. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, obviously these guys gained a bit of power, so it's going to an interesting way. Let's just say that. Oh, I mean, technically these guys are their own power in a way, because they're like the only ones there. I'm joking, not for long, because these guys aren't the kindest of countries. They're kind of ruthless with their civilians. With the ruler fearing of any war, often gets even children to go to the army to prepare, and the people are a very not big fan of that. And here's the thing. With all of this, there's such a big army, well, still not comparable to the strongest countries, but there is a very big army in this country, and the people might not really have a chance. So what they decide to do is go up into this area, or this new, in a way, like peninsula that they found, and completely explored, and they decide to settle there, away from this country, and with promises being a better, kinder country to help the people and not be as ruthless as the dark purple team. And now what I have to do is spend time finding the right color, because why is there so many colors? What have I not used? So basically, up and quite far away, at least the farthest they can try to get, these guys decide to settle down in this area right here, which will allow them to stay away from this monstrosity of a country, which, if I'm gonna be honest, is very like isolated from everyone else, and sometimes they don't even know what's going on. It was only after this country was formed, people started paying attention, and they're like, "Oh God, what have you been doing? Like, you are kind of crazy, not gonna lie." And to that, they just say, "And what are you gonna do about it?" So, with no one to really stop them, and no one really caring enough to stop them, with no real threat, no one really does anything, and all that really happens is this brand new country forms. So, I guess there's a new country in this world, and who knows how that is going to go. So yeah, the first thing these guys are going to do is expand along the coast, because they have a lot of people. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot, because like, I'm talking a solid like 35% of the population of this country left into this one. Like, I'm talking about a very large amount of people. Like, even more that, oh, I forgot you're another. Even more than this country back in, like, what was it, like episode 3 or 4, where these guys migrated from like all the chaos down here. So it is quite insane how that's gone so far, if I'm gonna be honest. So these guys, with this massive amount of people, will be able to do quite a bit of expanding. And here's the thing: if we look at the terrain, which again is still in the works, a lot of this is flat, and there's even this like mountain range right here. So if this country really, oh yeah, I don't think I specified what's exactly what. The yellow is flatlands, by the way. I've probably had to explain that, but basically, these guys have a whole mountain range here that kind of blocks them from everyone else, and this is a very rich place in like resources, and with some resources that have either been found only a couple times, or even just brand new resources actually. So once this country tells everyone about this, everyone kind of starts to freak out with like new materials that they could, like, for example, use as weapons. Like, I can't think of a name, but like some kind of ore that might be like similar to Earth's. They might have like some similar ore, like iron or something. Just like, I don't know, it looks cooler. I don't know. Use your imagination. So with these guys, with all this money just coming in, they are able to do a lot of expanding. So they get up to this massive size in this very short amount of time, which was very impressive. But these guys just continue to gain more and more resources the more they expand, especially in like this area right here. So these guys probably won't stop anytime soon. And with all the new people coming in, because this is probably one of the best countries to live in, because they know how it feels to be like mistreated. So they know very well how all of that has happened. So this country wants to change that for the better of humanity, which is helping these guys a lot. And now the Dark Purple team's jealous, and to take their anger out, since they can't declare war on any country, they take their anger out by expanding and getting people killed while expanding. Yeah, no, these guys they're kind of ruthless, which is why they kind of don't have any friends. They're very isolated. I don't think really anyone's a big fan of them. Besides, like, maybe who would be the? Now that I think about it, who would be friends with them? I don't know. I feel like the closest someone would be friends to them is like these people, and like even they know that's a little too far. So these guys are kind of pushing boundaries of a lot of things, but with such a big coast, what these guys decide to do is they decide to go exploring and hope to find new islands, which they do, because I didn't like it. So they find this island and decide to colonize it, or just take it, as a matter of fact, because why not? This, you know, why not take it, huh? You got a problem with that? Well, I mean, I do, because it's not the easiest when you're not like the strongest navy in the world, and you try to keep something under control that you kind of can't, and sometimes you don't even know what's happening in there. So what is going to happen is a rebellion with this country. That's right, we're having another island nation. Yay! So with no real purpose, these guys are kind of just here now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're really gonna come up more than a couple times, because I don't know what they're going to do. Because and actually, I lied. Only 2 countries would be expanding for now. But what will be happening is the further interactions between these two, because it is still so strange with different thought processes and ideologies, because these guys are so much different from each other, and it's been strange because these 6 have been best friends. They've always had each other's back in case of problems, which there honestly hasn't really been any. So what will be happening is that slowly and surely, the darker red team right here, it's always been a little off between the other 5, but it slowly seems to be getting closer and better friends with all the countries over here, as if it's kind of breaking away, or in a way even betraying the rest of their former friends. But that's going to be a problem for another time, because what we will be seeing is these guys right here do more expanding. Haha, bet you didn't see that one coming. Expansion. It's not like it's called the Age of Expansion or anything. I gotta stop saying that. There we go. This island is just that much more filled up. And that looks a little strange. Okay, I need to fix this border real quick. So just gonna make it look a little more wonky. That is way too big. There we go. I don't know if that's really better, but okay. Oh yeah, these guys will continue to expand more onto the island and try to cut these guys off from expanding, but they do kind of fail. So they get to this side. Oh my god, they just got bigger. No way, they got are they bigger than these guys now? I think they are. Oh my goodness, I made these guys way too big. Don't mind me, just correcting my mistake real quick. That's better. That's still really big, but that's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. These guys actually won't do any expanding, but you know who will? The guys whose whole purpose is to expand. Yeah, it's such a shocker. But these guys will do their one and only thing, which is to expand, and they do that towards this way now. There we go. We kind of had to. Yeah. Oh my God, these guys are getting really big. They are kind of just I feel like they are by far now, I think, by quite a bit, becoming the biggest country out of anyone else. So good for them for now. We'll see if anyone else tries to compete with them. There we go. I mean, these guys are also getting pretty big. But what will be happening is one more battle or war. Because you see, there's been a sacred border in a way. There's actually been I feel like 2. I mean, I guess multiple. This border I feel has barely. This border has not changed since episode 3 or 4. This one hasn't been changed in a while, and this one just goes by the river. So there's a couple of really old borders that maybe not promised, but might change next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm not sure because there's going to be some editing, so it might not be as short as it seems, but it might be slightly shorter. I'm not sure, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Please do like and subscribe, and if you have any ideas that maybe you want to see on this channel, I don't know, say the blue team declares war these guys because I don't know, for some reason, sure, just comment it down below and I'll try to implement it. So, but besides that, that's all.